I'm currently in the process of doing some trial runs for my wedding day. I do have already one video up. I did a mauve look for the big day. That will be in the description below. But today we are trying, I think, what's gonna be the look. I am very excited about this color scheme. It's more the bright, cool pinks on the cheeks and the lips, and just like a hint of something on the eye. I'm wanting to do my own makeup for my wedding day. Do I know when I'm getting married? Not really. We're narrowing it down now. And we also don't know where, but I am planning my makeup for sure. And I want to do it myself because I really enjoy doing my makeup and I feel like I can save money on it. Let's get started. I've also been trying to do some different bases just because it's nice to really test out to see what you like. And I didn't put on any skincare today because I'm being lazy and so bad. But we are starting off with the Say Star Glow Glowy Super Gel. I want really just luminous skin without it being greasy. And I bought the little mini size, whatever it is, to try out before I commit, because I'm not a huge primer person, but this is a little bit more than just a primer. You can wear this by itself with just some concealer, which is what we're doing today. Yes, just concealer for a wedding day. Shocker. I find it doesn't stay sticky. It's a very nice consistency. I did want the Rose Glow that came out this year, I believe, but they were all sold out. I believe it's gotten great reviews, so maybe once I use this up, I could try that one out. But I am really happy with this. It's a universal champagne color. Now, like I said, we are just going to be using concealer, and I am going to be using the Tower 28, two different shades, one for the face and like my acne scars, and then one for under my eyes. I am looking at different skin tints. Milk Makeup came out with one that is getting great reviews for still having a good amount of coverage. I've also been looking at the House Labs foundation. This came out a long time ago. Not a new launch whatsoever, but it is supposed to be a really beautiful foundation where it really perfects your skin, but it doesn't make you look like you're wearing like shellac on your face. Do I know what I mean by that? Absolutely not. Like I said in my last video with trying wedding makeup, I don't want a full coverage foundation just because I find my face and my neck are two different colors, and to match my neck, it usually makes my face look a little gray, like something looks off. So to do a skin tint where it doesn't have to be the exact same shade match, or just a foundation that matches me better, I don't know. I also don't know if I want to spend that extra money, you know? And then I'm just gonna blend that out into my cheeks. And that's another hard thing. Like, we're kind of looking at a July date. We're just eloping, basically. There's not gonna be a ceremony or anything like that. July seems to work out for both of our schedules, but what if I have like a bit of a tan, you know? Ugh. I put this pressure on myself though. I am excited to think about the makeup, and I'm not that worried about having a tan. I will make sure to use lots of sunscreen. I'm also using the contour and concealer brush by Fenty Beauty. No one talks about this. This is amazing. It blends out everything very quickly, but because it's so densely packed, it really helps keep that pigment. But these concealers are just incredibly beautiful too. Kind of like what I expect from the Hydro Grip skin tint from Milk Makeup. It's light, it doesn't feel like makeup, but it just perfects the skin in a really beautiful, soft way. Like, come on, you can't tell me that this doesn't look good. Maybe in person you would, but no, you wouldn't. Again, this is another Fenty brush. I sometimes just like to take a little extra couple seconds to make sure everything is blended, pressed in. Get yourself a mirror, really get in close. We are not being cakey, ever. This is gonna be really quick. I'm quite happy about this. Now, eyebrows, I don't remember what I did for eyebrows on my last one, but my eyebrows are 100% gonna be freshly waxed for the day. These are around a month and a half overgrown. I like the full eyebrow look on a lot of people, but I find that my eyebrows really look good just being helped with the shape. But I'm going to do my best to make these untamed blocks on my face look intentional and just natural. So I'm using my Benefit brow setter. I have been looking at the Rare Beauty eyebrow gel. It's supposed to be nice and fluffy. This holds the eyebrows pretty well, but I want something a little bit bulletproof. You never know when the wind's gonna pick up and you're moving around and you're gonna mess up your brows, and then your hairs are pointing that way and all your pictures are ruined. And then we're using the wax tint because I don't want these to be disappearing in the sun. If you have light eyebrows, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, now you know. I'm just gonna make sure to get all those stray ones too, so wow, they also really need a trim. That's a wild eyebrow. I'll do the other one and then come back for the next step. These eyebrows will not be happening for any wedding photos. I hate them. So let's move on to some other steps. Now I have some options for blush. I feel like last year, maybe the year before, there was like a wedding guest makeup trend, and to have a neutral blush then with a nice pop of pink on the top here looked so beautiful, and it's gonna match the lip that I wanna wear. But I have two different base ideas, and they are almost the same kind of formula. We have the Nudestix Stax versus the Glow Play by MAC. These are a cushion blush, so they're very like soft, they blur the skin really beautifully, and they're not matte. They're definitely satin, very skin-like. So this one's my neutral. And then there's also this shade by Nudestix. This is in Cheeky Coral, which maybe sounds like you might not want to wear that, but hear me out. It's a very pretty pink. I wore this. I will insert a little video of me at the end of the day. I got up at 6. I went to work cleaning houses, so I was sweating. I went to the gym where I was sweating. I went for a walk. I went to acupuncture, and this blush was still on my face. How did that happen? And so I'm thinking, okay, if this can last through a workout and house cleaning, this could probably last through a wedding day. I don't know if they have any neutral shades like this, so this is why I want to double test them today. I will put one on one side, one on the other, and I'll be looking at my face throughout the day. But also, if you let me know down in the comments which one you prefer, that'd be a great help. We will do the left side with Nudestix, the right side with MAC. Listen, this has magnets. These need to be a little more popular, everyone. These are beautiful products. You get a little mirror, and it's a great quality mirror. And I just gonna go kind of all over. And I do like to have a little blush further down to look natural. That's where I blush. I almost do like a triangle, maybe a bit on my forehead. Let's make sure to really blend that out though. You can also use like the foundation brush, go over, because everything gotta be seamless. And then MAC, I believe this is like a nude mauve type of color. It's a little lighter in pigment. Now the question is, do these look the same? They do actually look really similar, so that's kind of funny. And then what really like makes this look really just fresh, dewy, and beautiful. You've seen this a lot on my channel. If you follow, if you don't, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I post new videos every week, sprinkled in with some shorts. This is Magenta Magic by Nudestix. So it's a matte pigment on the outside, and then in the middle there's a glow core, which has like skincare ingredients. But what I really like about it is that you get the sticking power from the matte blush, and then a little bit of dewiness from that core. I think I am gonna use this brush. Is it dirty? Yes. So hopefully the colors won't intermingle too much. I did try to wipe it off. And then just on that high point there, like in the eye too. Yeah, I'm putting it like underneath my eye. Do we see the difference? It's just like, ooh, elevated, glowy. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. Dimension. And then this side's just a little plain. I will apply to the other side. I like just to apply on the back of my hand so I'm not committed to too much on my face. And I think just a little on my nose, just a little. I like it. I think it's really pretty. Now I am going to start powdering my face a little bit. We are moving on to the eyes next. But you know, the tried and true Hourglass Vanish Pressed Powder. This is in translucent. Blurs the pores like nothing I've ever used, while still looking quite natural. My foot has pins and needles right now, and I'm trying my hardest not to show it on my face. Now we got quite a lot of pink going on in the face, but we all know it melds into the skin, so we're just gonna let it do that. You can always blend it out with your foundation brush, your concealer brush, if it's too much, right? Now I got this palette around my birthday, the Spice palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is just a really beautiful color palette, and I'm just gonna swipe this dusty pink shade all over my lid. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use a smaller brush, put it along the lash line, sweep it up along the lid, and then really blend it out with a nice blending brush, just to make sure I'm getting as close to the lash line. Sometimes those big brushes are just too big. I'm sorry that you can hear trucks outside my window. I usually like to do this earlier in the day, but I wasn't feeling well this morning, so we are doing this at 11 while my cat's eating. Do you have daylight savings time where you are? I feel like there's some places that have gotten rid of it. It is hard because you're going to bed at like 10, but it's really 9 for your body, and it's just a lot. Like, see, very simple eyes, and I think the little pink kind of brings out the color in my eyes. On my last video for like a wedding trial makeup, I didn't do any eyeliner, and I felt like it did make my eyes disappear just a little bit. So we're going to use the Skip the Waitlist Color Express eye pencil from MAC. I got this for free last year for my birthday. Give me a second. I did rush that a little bit. I will try harder to make it look a little nicer, but I am looking at some individual eyelashes. Before we put on mascara, I'm just gonna use some Fix Plus to help melt everything together, looking fresh. Oh, I remember the first time I bought this, it must have been in like 2017. I was watching Tati Westbrook's videos, and she always talked about this. And so the smell's so just nostalgic. I think it was the first time I had ever spent like quite a bit of money on makeup too, and I was so excited. Now I will apply some mascara. I'm still just using Lash Paradise, and I will be back. Listen, I didn't even curl my eyelashes. Look how beautiful of a job it did just swooping them up. They have come out with like a Lash Paradise 2.0. I'm very interested in trying that. Little water break. I think I was just looking in the mirror and my eyes need just a little shimmer. Now for a highlight, I am going to be using Fenty Beauty's Pretty Pearls. This is on sale right now. Oh my God, $28 besides like $43. It was a limited edition release, which is so dumb, but hey, here we are. So I'd recommend going to pick that up on the app, the Sephora app. I could put it just a little bit of that highlight there, but I feel like I need a little bit of a thicker sparkle. So I am using Vintage Selection by MAC. It's a paint pot. So the wear is great, but it just has this really special sparkle where hits the light really beautifully. See, does that, I'll move closer, but do you see a little more romantic? That's what I'm looking for. I want to look like a little fairy princess who's getting eloped. And unlike a highlighter, this just has different properties to help it really grip onto the skin. It's going to stay. My skin does look quite glowy, so I think what it will do, I'm gonna use a little bit more of my setting powder and just do a really light layer on the skin just to tone everything down. And then I will go in the highlight and be very conservative with it. L'Oreal came out with some highlighters recently. Looks very similar to like the House Labs that launched within the last week. I'll put pictures up of both on screen here. Those are very like glass skin type of highlighters, so I am interested to see. That's the problem with the drugstore. You can't test it out in person, while with House Labs I can go swatch it at Sephora. Now I have recently rediscovered the Rare Beauty lip liners. I've had this for a very long time. This is in the shade Talented. And it's just a really beautiful match for my skin tone, where it bridges my lip tone with my skin tone really well, so I can overline my lips. So let's just start with that. Blend it out. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Stone by MAC, just a tiny bit, and this is going to be very blended out too. A little more shape to the lips, because the first one was a very light neutral color. Now, what the lip product that kind of inspired this whole look is the Summer Fridays lip oil. This was the shade extension they did in January. But this is in the shade Rosebud, and it's the most beautiful, cool pink. So not only would my lips look really juicy, but they'd just be hydrated. I don't have to worry about matte lipsticks, stuff like that. I find if you don't like rub your lips together or eat, this does last on the lips for like 30 minutes. You'll still feel that really beautiful, like cushiony oil sensation while having a bit of that cool, bright pink on the lips. It's not very bright, it's brightening, I would say. You know, this is a good opportunity for a tint, so I am going to be testing half my lips, or should I just do my whole lips? I don't know. The Milk Jelly tints, this is in the shade Burst. It is a very bright pink, so I should have exfoliated, because now you're going to see the lines on my lips. This is why we do trials, and you can let me know in the comments if this is a bad idea or, you know, a good idea. And I am just going to barely anything on the lips. It is just to have, if stuff wears off, a little tint on the lips so I'm not looking bare lip. And look how like beautiful this color is. Whole recording of this video was 35 minutes. I'm gonna have to edit out a lot of misspeaks and bloopers, but 30 minutes for wedding makeup I think is very impressive. Well, what I like about this makeup look and what I don't like about this makeup look. It's not to do with the makeup look, but I hate my hair. My hair is not gonna be like this on my wedding day. I, again, was just having a morning and threw it back. I like it because I think it looks like me. It's not too much pigment. It's very fresh and spring. Like the concealer is so like, it's quite full coverage. So I noticed that a lot of like my freckles are gone. I'd wanna pay more attention to these little dots, which makes me think that maybe I should just pick up a foundation. I think the MAC, the Glow Play and Blush Please, that's hard to say, it almost acts as like a bronzer. You can kind of see it down here, which makes me like the Nudestix side a little more. And I do think I like not having a tint. It's just a little softer, and I think a little more, I know I keep saying this, but what I mean like with romantic, it's just petal-like. It reminds you of spring. It's soft. I do like having a bit of liner on my eyes. My eyebrows are a mess. Those need to be done. I guess now that we're all done, what do you think? Do you like the Nudestix side with the Milk Makeup lip tint? And also we can do categories that they don't have to stay together. Or do you prefer the kind of more bronzy shade on me, the rosy bronzy shade of the MAC Makeup Glow Play? We're obviously keeping the Nudestix. Nudies Matte and Glow Core. Do you like the shine? Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think there's any makeup that maybe I should try that I'm not, because we have done 2 looks, which means we have 1 more left, and it's going to be more colorful. It's definitely going to be more geared towards summer, which is, it's going to be more like orange, which I love orange, but very just like you've been out in the sun orange, not neon. I don't know what else to say, so I hope you have a great day whenever you're watching this. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.